Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Travis, that's my dad, his name is Rick, and today we're going to be working on this 1960 El Camino. So a few months ago, Dad actually picked this car up in Phoenix. At the end of another video I had put out, I showed you guys this car and said we would be working on it soon, and the day has finally come. So this is sort of going to be a Will It Run episode. The only difference is this one, it does not have a drivetrain whatsoever. So we're going to put a small block in it with a automatic transmission to get this car going again.
It was a column shift car. The VIN code says that it was a V8, but somebody cut all the ears off. I got another steering column, so we're going to switch it to automatic.
Because this was a manual,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, but somebody cut a hole in the floor for the shifter. Part of the whole reason I bought it, and I'm not going to say the guy that I bought it off of was a liar. The main reason I went to get the car is I talked to the guy, and he told me that it had the trim. All the trim was laying in the back of the car, and this is the trim I need for my 60.
The one over here.
Excuse me?
That one.
Yeah.
For that blue one. Need the trim for that blue one. Because some of the trim for that one that we did videos on months and months ago now, that one that we basically restored, painted, whatever. Some trim is missing from that one that's El Camino specific, that he bought this car because he thought he had it. You can't get 60 Chevy trim and fit it on an El Camino. It's El Camino specific.
If you find any trim that it's 1,000 to 1,500.
The most valuable part of the trim ain't there, so surprise, surprise. So the car kind of is what it is. It's typical beat up car. It's got mismatched doors, some mismatched paint. It's got, you know, missing door handles, a little bit of rust in the quarters there.
A lot.
A lot. Oh yeah, this door's shut. No rear tail lights. We got a good bumper though. There we go. So here's the inside.
The floors have already been patched once.
Floors have been patched
Or
once.
the back one has. Maybe the front one hasn't.
Oh, I can see where they did it wrong. Yeah, they didn't do a good job patching it, riveting it, and whatever. They not good. Woo. Whoa. Yeah, a lot of rust up there. So the first thing we're gonna do to get this thing to run and drive is we got to do the tires. They're flat, they're jacked up. Dad ordered a set that should be coming. So we're gonna get the car up on the concrete here. We're gonna switch the tires around here, and we're also gonna take the drive shaft out. We got to do the carrier bearing anyway, and then we're gonna take it down to my house.
I'm going to steer it in a little bit.
Well, it's fine. Right in the sun.
Them are still good. They'll still come there.
Woo! Are those jack stands hot?
A little bit. Sun's had plenty of time to get them warmed up.
This one still holds air.
Yeah, that one. You know what else old people like to mess with?
What?
Flowers.
Flowers?
It's terrible growing old.
All right, here is our brand new 15-inch tires. These cars originally came with 14-inch rims, which is just inadequate. So got 15-inch tires, and not too long ago we were at a swap meet and Dad got some 15-inch rims, Rally Sports. So it'll it's just a better upgrade. Rally Sports look better on these. Plus with a little bigger tire, it'll go a hair bit faster.
See, this one's marked outside, but there's no yellow dot. I was going to show you. When there's a yellow dot, it's supposed to be lined up with the valve stem.
Oh, with the valve stem?
The yellow dot. That's what they say. They was asking $250 to $300
for used ones.
For used ones. So
and you got these? Yeah, you got these brand new for $250.
$250 delivered to the door.
Yeah.
Plus tax, obviously.
There it is, valve stem. Don't tear up that bead now.
No.
Oh, you ripped it.
It's gonna be a booger.
I've never ripped a bead on a tire.
No.
I've never done it.
No, you've never had to put a tube inside a tire that
no.
You ripped the bead on, have you?
Never have.
Never have.
I've never done that.
Never seen it. Just that one time.
What one time?
Just one time.
I don't remember.
I do. Man, that rim's wide.
I know, a rim is wide. I hope them tires look okay on there. They better look alright.
It's not going to be pretty if you don't.
Oh, man.
Ain't going to be pretty.
Yeah, it's not going to want to bead on there, man. Them rims are really wide. We finally got it to bead after quite a while of beating on it. But it aired up.
Go in there and turn the wheel. See if it's going to hit anything.
The only thing it's hitting is the jack stand. Yeah, it's not hitting.
It's not?
No.
Alright.
Go ahead and turn it.
This tire, I want to show you guys how we're beading these, because this tire is kind of wide. I'm sorry, the rim's kind of wide for the tire, and every time we try and air it up and pull it up, it comes off the bottom bead. You got to get it to seat on both beads. So what we're doing is we're taking the wooden part of the handle on this hammer and hitting the bead down with a bigger hammer to lock it in so it stays, and then we pull it up to get the top bead. Alright, right here. There it is. Yep, second pop. Here's Dad with the cherry picker and the engine.
I'm the junk deliverer.
Yeah, you're the junk deliverer? I got some other projects right here I'll tell you guys about in a minute once we get this engine out.
Walk it out. Try to go out as far as we can. I don't want it to catch and break the fuel pump or anything like that.
tires and rims are on it, and it's set on the ground. Now we can actually move it around and be a lot easier now. So we'll push it out in the yard. I'll hook a chain onto it with my truck, and we'll drag this thing to somewhere with some shade. Turn that wheel. In my spare time, or in mine and Dad's spare time, we like old signs and pumps. You can see some of it around here, some of the stuff we collect. But these ones I'm going to resell, and that's why they're here, because I'm working on them. These are from the 40s and 50s. These are Wayne 70s. That's a Bennett pump. This one was blue, red, and white, and I repainted it green and branded it Texaco. And these two I'm going to sell also, the Richfield pump and the Texaco pump. These are all going to be for sale, but that's just extracurriculars that I like to do. They cut the ears off, the shifter ears off the steering column. There's supposed to be ears here that lead down to the transmission. That's cut off. This has been some weeks and months in the making, because Dad's been piecing things together. He's bought this car months ago, and he's been piecing stuff together since then while we've been doing other videos, and I've been out and about buying other things. So this has been going on in the background. So this is the fruition of a couple months worth of work, okay? Just to let you guys know that. And he found this steering column actually from our neighbor, and you can see here it's got the ears right here. That's all ripped, rear, and ready to go, lubed up.
This motor is a 305.
Okay, it's a 305. Actually, that's the same motor that's in my my GMC, is a 305. So a 305 with a free. The motor was free, but it wasn't together like this. It didn't have the pulleys on it. It didn't have the intake. Block. Yeah, it was just the long block. So I actually found the intake at a swap meet for 20 bucks, which was a score. Dad found all the brackets and the pulleys from a gentleman he was buying. What were you buying off of him? Oh, the transmission. So he bought the transmission. Was this a turbo 350 or a 400?
Turbo 350.
Turbo 350 Dad bought for $100. We don't know anything about it. Don't know if it works. $100 transmission, free 305, $20 intake. He got the pulleys for free when he purchased the transmission. And let's see, where'd you get that HEI?
I got that at the last swap meet up in Glendale.
How much you pay for that?
$20.
$20. So far we're at 100, 120, 140, free.
The headers.
What'd you buy, the headers?
I bought the headers with some exhaust with a couple of real nice mufflers. I'm into that for 100.
100? Oh man, really breaking the bank.
Breaking the bank.
Yeah, about to go bankrupt. So what, $240 we're up to?
Yeah.
Got an aftermarket mechanical fuel pump. So what, you have less than $300 in this whole setup?
Pretty much.
Yeah, less than $300 in this whole setup. We've never ran the motor, never ran the trans. We're just going to put it in there and see what happens. Did you ever test this for compression? Did you ever even turn it over to see if it had any compression?
Nope. The guy that I got it off of told me it was a good motor. He's on Facebook, so it's got to be true.
Wow, I've heard that before. And in that box you have the tranny cooler lines.
Yeah. If you try to run the 60 tranny lines
for the Power Glide.
Power Glide, the lines are different for a 2-speed than a 350. So this is for like a 67 or a 68 Impala, and obviously they had the 350s in that year, and it looks like it hooks up to the radiator the same way. So if it works, that's, you can get the newer models, or the 67 or 8 lines,
And they should fit.
and they should fit. Now, but we'll find out together. I don't know. I haven't never tried it. It just looked like it would work. Bought a brand new starter for it at the swap meet, and it wasn't any good. And Richard gave me the starter.
Oh, our family friend.
Yeah, our family friend gave me the starter. He gave me the fuel line, which I didn't have the proper fuel line for it.
So initially, we didn't have a dipstick. Dad bought a brand new one from O'Reilly, and it would just slip right in and out of the hole, right?
Yeah, well, the O-ring wasn't any good. So I bought.
Yeah, so the brand new one would just slip in and out of this hole real loose, and it has to fit tight. That O-ring has to fit tight because the transmission fluid will just come right out of that hole. So Dad went over to a friend of ours' house, bought an original one.
An original one, yeah. The original one's sealed better.
And it fits in there nice and
fits
tight.
in there nice.
I mean, the aftermarket stuff, it's just trash, man. The original stuff is the only, even if the original stuff looks like garbage, I'm telling you, it always works and fits better. Every time almost. This menagerie going on the table is headlight buckets. This is the fan shroud. This is radiator hoses. So, we got stuff for steps ahead of where we're at. So we should be able to work through this semi-quickly now that a lot of stuff is here and ordered. Got all the bolts thread tapped and chased for the motor mounts. Those came off of another 50s truck I took them off of, so I cleaned them up. Dad's taking out the steering column right now. Got it unhooked from the inside, getting it out so we can sit the other one in while the engine's out. It's just easier to get to everything, so I'm going to put the bolts in these motor mounts.
Well, it sure is handy. I got them mounts, huh?
Yeah, it's handy you got them. Good thinking ahead.
Dude, I told you. I've already been thinking about this for months.
Yeah. There it is. Got the old one out finally, and Dad's just lubing up this turn signal switch. Kind of an odd setup. You do the turn signal and it moves this cable almost like an old choke cable.
Beat up as this car is, I can't believe that still works.
It slides it to what? Put current to one side or the other?
Yeah, for the lights.
That's pretty amazing that still works.
Yeah.
Usually those cables are froze up, huh?
Cables are always froze up. They never work. I gotta make sure that I don't gotta pull this clutch pedal off here first. I don't need any of that stuff in there. But this spring is like
Under tension.
ooh. And no matter which way I put it.
Oh, I see it up in there.
Yeah.
That looks like a hood spring.
Oh,
That's a lot. That's big. Watch your teeth.
I don't know. Should I just take and cut it?
That wasn't too bad.
Went cut loose, didn't it?
Yeah.
You see that dash move?
No, I wasn't looking. I didn't look. Did it move?
It hit something.
Oh.
It went nuts.
Pull it back. Oh. There we go. Okay. be able to push it down. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's on. Yeah. Here. You need a bolt for that?
Well, I got one.
Oh.
But what the thing is, the nut disappeared.
Is it on the ground?
I don't know. I don't see it. It just, oh, there it is. There it is. I see it. See, look, it's square.
Oh.
That's why I wanted it, because I seen that it was square.
All right, and the finishing touch is the steering wheel. Oh, wait a minute. You want to put it on straight.
Yeah.
The tires...
Are we hooked up to the point to where I can turn it, or?
Yeah, you could turn the wheels.
Steer it?
Yeah, turn it straight. More. More. You're still not straight. All right, hold on, let me look. More. A hair bit, yeah. I'd say that's straight.
So we're good?
Yeah, now the wheel is pointed. The steering wheel is pointed correctly. You don't want it all cattywampus. If you're tracking down the road straight and your steering wheel's up and down, you know.
Well, probably it'll be a situation where
You'll have to readjust it a
it's
few
probably
teeth.
gonna come off of there anyway. Again, you know, it's probably the last.
Yeah.
It's probably not the last time.
Then we're gonna have it off.
No, that I'm gonna visit this.
It was hot today.
What?
It don't feel as hot today.
There's clouds. Over.
Don't scratch my car.
Sorry. Try not to. We're about ready to set the motor and trans in. Got the steering column in there, all hooked up, bolted together. Got the engine mounts in. Got the car jacked up and put on jack stands so we can slip underneath and get the tranny mount in, the cross member for the transmissions in. Let's see. Is there anything else we got to do before we start lifting it up?
No, I gotta pull the transmission mount off, so when we set it down in there, we can jack it back up in there.
Dad's wire wheeling and chasing those bolts, and I'm just working my way. This thing needs to turn more, but that alternator bracket is really in my way.
Hold on. Okay, stop. Feel the...
In or down or what?
Go up just a hair. Alright, now you can go in.
Hi.
Come down.
Okay.
All right, stop. Should be able to go in just a hair. Hold on, let me see what we're getting.
Down.
No, don't go down. You got another 6-8 inches you got to go in. That's why I need to be underneath of it with the jack. All right, does that make it to where we can come back a little bit more? Be a little too high. All it's got to do is miss those.
There.
All it's got to do is miss those motor mounts.
It was hitting the accelerator arm. There.
Okay.
Those holes have to line up with those. So we got to go back and down. There we go. We're like almost there. Hold on. That fuel pump's got to come off. You're never gonna
No,
get.
you don't. You got to go from the other side.
Well, then you're gonna hit the manifold. You have to take that fuel pump off. Does it go through the other side? Yeah. All right. Let me.
That washer block.
Huh.
Working.
This took a little bit, but finally finagled that bolt in, so motor mounts are in tight. We're still waiting for the tranny mount piece to come in to O'Reilly. I thread tapped all these holes while Dad was out getting some more bolts for the radiator, so now we can put the radiator in, fan, and
Bolts are cheaper at Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
By the pound.
You know,
Ace's bolts are too expensive.
Yeah. We've been literally building cars with Ace Hardware bolts since I was 11 years old, and their bolts are really expensive. Tractor Supply sells them by the pound. You got a whole bag of bolts and washers for $2.50, and that would have been $10 or $15 at Ace Hardware. I mean, they got all the selection that you need, like all the specialty bolts. Like, it's a really A1 like selection, but the prices they're pretty high. Do you want me to put it in there and then you start the bolts? I don't care.
Here, hold on. Let me get underneath of it.
It's not that heavy. Just I'll set it down in there and you start the bolts. Here, get this. What is this doing? That's going to be in the way.
He has a radiator rod or something.
Here, leave that on there, I guess. Here, start that top one. All right, let's get that shroud and let's just start. Do you know what way it goes? Like, which way is the top? Didn't you figure this out the hard way once? Is there a top and bottom?
I think that's the bottom, maybe.
Oh, that would make.
Does it matter?
I don't know if it matters.
Get the bottom one started.
Yeah, I got to top and bottom started.
Can't believe how easy that went in.
Well, it's all original stuff. What do you expect? That stuff always fits lickety split.
Do you have the 1/2 inch wrench out?
No, I don't know where it's at. Is it a half? Are these halves or nines?
Well, them are halves, but I was looking for the another half. Go ahead and take that.
I don't know where the halves are. All right, there's that. Oh, come on. This is the wrong.
Wrong what?
I think it's the wrong.
5/16's fine.
No, it's the wrong bolt pattern. The.
No way.
Yeah. The spacer, I think, is. Yeah. Spacer's wrong. I think this water pump is drilled for both bolt patterns, but your pulley's the bigger one. We're actually looking really good here. We've gotten a lot done today. Motor's in, trans is in, except for the trans mounts. This is all in though. Carburetor is bolted on. Fan pulley, fan is on, fan clutch, radiator, fan shroud. Could put the hoses on. Don't you just love Chevy? I mean, everything is just very universal. So these are the tranny lines Dad had showed us earlier. Let's see.
These were for the 60. They didn't say it in the ad, but these are for a 67 Chevy.
67 Chevy car.
Yeah. And
So
look,
there's the tranny. Well, there's the lines and there's the holes, and we're getting pretty close there. They route up right through the cross member, and look at that.
They line up perfect with the tranny. Or, I'm sorry, the radiator.
There they are.
Look at that.
Look at that. Nice.
They're exact.
Nice.
So, you know, if you're putting a newer 350 turbo in, don't order the lines for the Power Glide.
You need clamps. This is my big clamp assortment.
Boy, you're so proud of this.
What?
Nothing here.
What do you mean?
These are what I call dryer hoses. You know, them things you put on the dryer. Them exhausts.
You better look harder.
No, look at them.
Look harder in there. I'm telling you. Right?
You got a lot of them.
You can't find 2 hose clamps that'll
I need
work in there?
4.
Start picking them out.
I'll just bring some.
What?
You don't have any.
That won't work? What about that one? That one looks bigger. Look. Wow. That one looks like it'll work. And then this one. What's wrong with this one? See this one? Wow. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see. Is this one too small? Yeah, that one's too small. More.
I got a good selection.
Okay. Suit yourself.
You need some hose clamps. You're out. You don't have any, Travis.
Okay. Look, you just think there's none in there. I found 2. If I dug around more, I'd find another couple. So this is the lower rad hose, and you can see that it's gonna fit. The curves are right. It's just real long. I'm gonna have to take 3 inches off. I mean, I need a razor. This one's so dull. like we always do, dabble some anti-seize in the rubber. And then the anti-seize keeps it to where if you need to take it off in the future, you're not ripping on it like a wild animal. Turn these clamps to where, yeah, those angles look good. All right, on and on. Look at that. See? Nice curvature, everything fits. Looks good. Looks good. Probably could have took another half an inch off, but it's fine for the girls we go with. So it's the next day. Yesterday we got quite a bit done. We moved mountains yesterday. So today we've got other things to deal with.
You gonna show them that rear end?
Yeah, I'll show them the rear end in a minute here. Yeah, we got some rear end issues, but we have no wiring underneath the engine bay here. We got no headlight wiring, nothing. So we'll deal with that in a bit. We can run a few wires just to see if it'll run, but what we want to deal with now, because it's a Friday and Dad wants to see what we need to order, I'm going to take the tires off. I want to check the brakes, see what the brakes need, and we also just got the tranny mount right there. We didn't actually mount it yesterday. Dad does have the drive shaft, but it needs to be shortened, so we can't put the drive shaft in yet, and we also have a rear end issue. So you can quickly see what the problem is here.
Somebody was doing maybe a major burnout. Oh, what is that? Oh,
there you go. Yeah, so the wheels should be turning.
Yeah, wheels should be turning.
Major catastrophe has gone on in there. They shaved all the teeth off, putting too much power to it, doing burnouts, or I don't know. Something is disconnected in there. What we're gonna do, Dad actually built a 59 wagon a few years ago and has another rear end that we're gonna take the pumpkin out of this, and we'll take the pumpkin out of the other rear end and switch the pumpkins. Should get us straightened out, hopefully. You're gonna need a hammer?
Well, actually, you got like a little, need to just go around the edges of that with a little grinder, because that's the...
Old grease though.
Is it?
Ball bearings, you got lucky. This one looks good. Your race looks good.
Really?
Yeah, you're lucky, man. You're lucky.
How's the shoes?
Shoes, they're all right. No, I mean, they're all right. They probably got half their life left in them, honestly. There's a dirt dauber nest equally on either side of the shoes inside. Look at that. For those of you who think that you can just, like, that's why flying drives are so risky and you have to really plan for them because of this right here. Look at what the brake fluid turns into. Dust. That means it's that way in the wheel cylinder, in the lines, in the master cylinder, the whole system. You have to do the entire brake system before you even go anywhere. Look at that. It just dust. It turns to dust. That's why you got to be careful when you're picking cars to go do flying drives on. You're taking a risk. You're taking big risks. And another reason why you have to do the same due diligence every time, even if you take off the first tire or two and the shoes look good, sometimes one brake will be sticking, and 2 or 3 of the tires will look good, and then one of them is completely, you know, metal on metal, grinding up the drum, tearing things up. So you got to take all of them apart every time. See, these look good. Yeah, these look good. Let's see, is there dust in them?
Do you have any safety goggles, Travis?
Yeah, they're on my welding cart. See that? There it is. Bam, dust, 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 dust. No can do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this tranny pan. Dad has a kit for the gasket and filter, so we're gonna do that to this because we don't know the condition of this thing.
Well, I guess I might as well go ahead and just disassemble it, huh?
What, the brakes?
No, well, I can take, yeah, I'll take the brakes off. Might as well pull the axles out of it, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to come out of there anyway.
Yeah. Your what?
Brake tools.
What brake tool?
Just on the springs.
I got a brake
Oh,
spoon.
you do?
Yeah, it's up in the chisel drawer. What in the world?
What's the matter?
I mean, how do you get the back tranny pan bolts out?
That's why that's why I have that thing there. You got to have that off of there.
You gotta have what off of there?
You got to have the transmission cross member out of there.
That's a stupid design. Hey,
What?
give me that screwy stand. Pretty clean.
Huh?
It's pretty clean.
Is it?
Yeah, I guess. Pan looks okay. It doesn't look like there's a lot of metal shavings, but I can tell there's a little bit of moisture floating around in there. Those little dots, that's water. But, you know, it's not a lot of moisture, so.
Well, I steamed it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably from you.
It's kind of hard for me to believe that water didn't get in there because I mean I pressure washed that thing.
Yeah.
That transmission was terrible.
So we'll, I guess it might have came from Dad pressure washing it, so I mean, it hasn't been in there long, so not enough time to do any damage, and it definitely wasn't ran through the transmission because we haven't ran it, so no harm, no foul. I'll wipe this out, and then we'll put it back on. Screen looks good on this.
Does it?
See, they used Grandma's old shirt.
That's what it looks like. Dang cloth. Oh man. Oh, I could have hit that with an impact, honestly.
call unforeseen.
Yeah, it was unforeseen for sure.
I mean, that's really, in all reality, it's kind of the last thing I would have thought would.
I mean, how often does that happen, you know?
It don't. I don't see it. I'm not saying it couldn't happen.
It just doesn't normally. I don't know if we've ever ran into a car that had a busted rear end.
I've never had it.
Let's see if the lines are.
Spline's all right?
Oh, let's see. Don't look bad.
Yeah, it's probably that pinion. They don't look tore up.
It looks like it's been in there quite deep, you know. It don't look bad.
Yeah, it's something in the differential.
You think?
It's the pinion gear or the ring gear. They shaved them off. They shaved them totally
That's
off.
impossible.
Yeah. Hey, come here. There we go. There we go. Yeah. All right.
You get them bolts in? What are you working on?
I don't know.
Now?
Yeah.
Maybe there ain't nothing in it.
Maybe.
Maybe that's what got it.
How long is that thing?
I don't know. There it is.
Huh. It doesn't look that bad. Not a lot in it. No metal. I mean, I was looking for metal shavings, but they might be so big that they can't come out that hole.
Twist it around. I don't know. But this is weird to me.
All right.
It ain't coming loose, is it?
Yeah, it's loose.
Oh, it is?
Jack it up towards the front. That ain't gonna work. Oh, it did work.
I knew it would.
All right.
I don't want it to smack anybody in the face, so
All right.
you might want to move your bolt, wiggle it around, we'll scoot it forward and set it on the ground. All right.
Push the jack forward like a hair.
Well, it's just going to slip off the end of the...
All right. I get on the other side. I mean, it's gonna fall, I guess. It's on its merry way.
Alright, so we can try to let it down. See anything?
Not yet. Yeah, I see it from here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I knew it.
What is it?
Them gears are 8.
Are you serious?
Yes. What could it have been? Look at that. See that? I mean, it's busted. There's supposed to be one here too, and it's completely gone. And these are tore. So these teeth are gone. This gear is completely busted. And then there's supposed to be a gear, I think, here, and it's gone too. It's like not even there.
Maybe they're doing neutral teardrops.
Look at that. Yeah, it's totally done.
Well, I mean it's repairable, but
There it all is.
their night was over once this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, the night was over.
So this is the pumpkin we just pulled out of that other rear end that Dad's had in his yard, and I can't believe it, but look at those teeth. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 out of like 30 some gears. Half of them are chipped. And I saw one of the teeth was lodged up in here, right there. Look at that. And what is all this? Bam, 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 bam. I mean, that's not even on this one. See how it's smooth? This got chewed up. But the spider gears, these look good though. These look good. And I think the pinion gear up in there looks good. But this, man, this thing got roached, man. So I can't believe we're 2 for 2 here. 2 down for 2.
It's impossible.
I mean, rear ends are pretty tough. I never have problems out of rear ends, but this is crazy. So I don't know what we're gonna do at the moment about this, but here in a couple of minutes there should be a transporter coming. I did sell the 73 Camper Special that I did videos on a few months ago. If you haven't checked out the 73 Camper Special videos, they're a few down, not too far, but this was a truck that I bought here in Tucson from a nice gentleman who watches the channel. Been sitting outside 20 or 30 years. We did a whole series on it, getting it up and running again. And now it's funny, this was a California truck, if you guys remember. This is an original California truck. California West Coast mirrors, California emission sticker on the window. I got the original build sheet. And a guy from San Francisco, his name is Rick, he's buying it and he's taking it back to California where she was born. So we'll load her up and get her gone. These mirrors won't fit in the trailer, so we gotta take them off. All right, had to take the mirrors off. They won't fit in this trailer, so we'll go ahead and start this thing up. I thought they were gonna send like a big car hauler, like open big rig car hauler, but it's like a hot shot trucking outfit. It's like an enclosed trailer, an enclosed car truck trailer. So I don't know, I might let him drive it in here. I just wanted to get it over here to him. He's going fast in there. Woo! Faster than I would. You're gonna have to get out through the back window or something. Boy, it's tight. Tight, tight. You gonna be able to get out?
Yeah.
You've probably done this before. All right, it's off to its new home. It's going to San Francisco. That's all she wrote. So as the rear end saga continues, we have 1 toasted pumpkin, we have 2 toasted pumpkins, and now we have located a third from our family friend Richard. Thank you to Richard. He had one. We called him up. He said, yeah, I got one. They were all the same up until 64, and this is a pumpkin that has no jacked up teeth. So the ring gear is good, spider gears, and the pinion is good in there. So very grateful that Richard had this. Thank you, Richard. And what we're going to do is we're going to clean it up, pressure wash it, and we're going to use it. And this has the gear sets Dad actually wanted. The other pumpkin had 355s, the jacked up ones. This one has 308s. So this is going to make it to where you can go faster, and on those 15-inch tires and a V8. Yeah, you'll be able to do good speeds with a 308. Do is dab a little bit of silicone on it, make a thin layer, put the gasket on, and then put a little thin layer on the pumpkin and put it on. Not a ton, just enough. Flip it around the other way. Alright. Let's take one more swipe down in the bottom. That theory isn't gonna work. Gotcha. So now we're getting ready to put the axles back in. I tightened up all the bolts on the pumpkin. We're going to put some silicone around where the bearing rides. It's got some O-rings on it, but you know, just for some added insurance, dabble some oil resistant silicone around there and make sure it doesn't drip.
In all reality, this gasket could go, but I've not had them really leak any. Well, as long as this axle's not damaged.
Yeah. It's going. I think I heard it bottom out. So now that the rear end's in, we have to shorten the drive shaft and do a bunch of brake parts. But in the meantime, I got some stuff in the mail. I love getting stuff in the mail. It's like Christmas time. I got some decals and a bunch of other parts I ordered for these pumps I'm trying to finish off that I mentioned earlier. So here is all the pump plate stickers. These two Texacos are going on this one. This bigger one, it doesn't look like it, but it's bigger, is going to go on the other side of that one because there's only one sticker on it. There's not one on the other side. So I'll put that on the opposite side. These Magnolia ones, there's going to be 2 each on those pumps, 1 on either side. Now, originally, these pumps would have had pump plates, you know, like branding right here where I'm going to put those stickers. They weren't stickers in the 30s, 40s, 50s. They were actual, like, porcelain pump plates, steel plates that they would screw on to the actual pump, which I don't have, because they're worth money too. People sell those pump plates for hundreds of dollars by themselves. I've seen some bring well over $1,000 for a rare pump plate. But you know, today we have stickers. I mean, if you can get an original pump plate if you want, but like it's just so much money that it's ridiculous. Same thing with the globes. These globes go on top of the pumps, you know, and they light up. And these globes you can get for $100 from Gas Pump Heaven, and that's what these are, repop globes for $100. But if you wanted an original globe, it wouldn't have been plastic. It would have been milk glass, and these would have been like nailed to the milk glass. And you know, you're talking $600 to $1,000 for an original globe, and if it's rare, they can go even higher than that. That was a mistake not doing that with. Got to get smarter about it. A little card and some. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Stupid me. All right, it's on. Looks good. Straight. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that. All right, so this is now a done pump. I put the glass back in the front, clean the faces off, and this will go good in somebody's living room, somebody's man cave, outside, somebody's shop beacons, like how I have my Waynes on either side. Texaco branded, green and white, everything matches. A good looking pump, really nice looking pump. And I have it lit up right now. It's kind of hard to see in the daylight, but you can see the light shining through there. They look really good at night with the globe all shining, the face all lit up. I even think the bell still works. Go over there and crank it and get the bell going. It's a nice pump. It'll go good in someone's collection. My mic wasn't working for this portion. I'm not sure what happened there, but I brought one of the Waynes up in here, taking the faceplate off because it's really faded. There's no paint on it. It's just bare metal. It doesn't look very good. And we'll put a nice white one on there, and it'll make it pop. These faceplates are the same as the originals pretty much. They say the same things. That red lettering right there is like a legal notice, and it's the same thing really, but the only difference is the reproductions are like thin tin painted, and the originals are porcelain, steel, heavy, and they have like different markings up in the top corners of them. You can definitely tell the originals from the fakes, I guess, quote unquote. Now, it was kind of cool when I had that white faceplate off, you could see the gears up in there, and that's what they call the computer. It's kind of cool. They had that figured out. You could change the pricing, like in the pump, and it would like show a different sale price. I mean, it was cool that they had that figured out where you could change the numbers, and then it would pump the gallons and calculate the sale price like a cash register inside the machine. And you could also look in there. Open that door, that little white door, and look in there, and it would show you like the total gallons sold and total sales of that pump. Pretty cool. This seems extremely risky. I don't like this. This seems very, very much like I'm gonna break this. That just seems like a setup that would be very easy to break the glass.
Oh yeah, I don't like the Wayne 70s for putting glass in it. I don't like these.
Yeah, this is a very...
It's hokey.
Oh, it's very hokey. Alright, it should be in. I'll be able to... I gotta tighten them, but it shouldn't fall out.
Be sure your glass is centered on here, because it...
So the glass is in, nice and tight. I could clean it off. It's got all my fingerprints on it, but we'll do that last. So now for the cool part, which is the add glass. So this is wrong, not because it says ethyl, but because it's like some plastic. I don't know what it is. It's some plastic, and the light didn't shine through it right. See that? It's plastic. I don't know what that is. There's supposed to be this glass. See? One pump is going to be regular, and then another one is going to be ethyl, because that's the kind of gas they had back then. Since these are two matching pumps, you'll have one that says ethyl, and then the other one will say regular. Alright, so the pump is done. It's got its globe on it, it's got its regular add glass in it, it's got its glass face in it, new bezel, new faces on it, pump faces, stickers, handle, everything. So this one is good to go. She lights up, and we'll do the same thing to the other one, but I really won't show that because I'm doing the same thing to the other one as this one, just add glass, stickers, stuff like that, just to make it look good, you know. But here we go. Here's the lineup of pumps. We got a Wayne 70, we got a Bennett 700 series, we got a Wayne 80, and we have another Bennett 700 series pump. Those two pumps are the same model pump, just different brands. So yeah, these are good looking gas pumps, man. Love these. What beautiful pieces of American history to go along with cars. It complements cars so well. So I came back out here at nighttime to fire it up, show you guys what they look like, what they would look like in somebody's yard. Here, I'll change the brightness a little bit here so you can see the Magnolia gasoline globe lit up, the Sky Chief globe lit up, looking good. All the lights light up, the add glass real nice. The face looks real nice. That red lettering is like a legal notice. Hold on. Gallon and sale indications must be at 0 under penalty of law. That's right, Johnny Law would be after you. You can see that little spinner. When you would pump the gas would go through there. It'd spin. It was like a Visi gauge kind of thing. That would always be full of gas. Actually, around there, can't see it right now, but it says glass must be full before and after delivery. It says right on there. So, and then these ones light up too. Let me light these up real quick. Here's the Wayne 80 and the Bennett 700 series lit up. Usually, how you get these pumps is, see, they're gutted, nothing in them. I personally like them with the guts in them. It doesn't change the value of them, but I like them with the guts in them. And while it's nighttime, you can see the other stuff that I have in the background of all the videos that you guys don't really see a whole lot of. Some people comment sometimes about, oh, you got a cool collection and whatnot, and I appreciate the comments, and I do put some effort into collecting some of this stuff. This right here is one of my prized pumps along with the other one. These are the same model. These are both Wayne 60s, and these ones are hard to come by. You'll probably find, gosh, 40 or 50 of pumps like this before you find a Wayne 60, and when you find it, it's probably not for sale. These are just beautiful Art Deco, look like the Empire State Building, the way they come up and they thin out as they come up. They widen at the base and then they get skinnier towards the top. Very Art Deco, very 30s. But this is Great Depression era, World War II era pump. Here is my 18-foot FINA pole sign that I put up a few months ago. This sign is interesting because usually pole signs have one double-sided porcelain sign in the ring. This one, you can see how it's real thick. That's actually a cage, and it has two single-sided
6-foot porcelain signs. So they're not usually set up that way. So I like this one a lot because it's very complete and original. It has the original faceplate, made in USA, and then at the bottom here it has all the pump mechanism, all the guts, everything, even the cobwebs. I didn't even clean the cobwebs out of it. That's how I like them. Even though they're heavy, burly, and unnecessary, this is how I like to have them. All the original conduit up in there, all the original stuff. That's what I like to see. That's what I like. This pump is actually so complete that not only does it have the pump mechanism, which is right here, this big giant block of iron is the pump mechanism. You can see it says Bennett right on it because this is a Bennett pump. The belt is still on it that went around the electric motor. See, it still turns. You could probably fire that baby up. The pump might be locked up, but this would work. And then you could probably, if you worked at it, pump gas out of this thing. This one's so complete you could do that. I think that's where we're gonna cut it. We still have a lot of work to do to the El Camino. Did a lot of work on that and some extracurriculars that, you know, haven't made it into the channel. I thought I'd throw it in there. Don't know if you guys will like it or not, but it's what we're working on. So I figured I'd throw it in there for you guys. Sorry I haven't put a video out in a few weeks. It's summer, it's the dog days, it's 100 degrees, it's hard finding cars and hard keeping the content ball rolling a little bit, but doing everything I can over here. So like always, guys, we really appreciate your guys' likes, comments, and subscriptions and all that. Make sure you subscribe. Not even half of the people that watch the channel are subscribed, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like our stuff. Hope you guys are having a good summer, and we'll see you guys in the next video.